Genesis, the first book of the Bible. It means beginning and was written by Moses. If you don't know who that is, we did a series on him a few months back you can find down below. Most of it points to how we can live our lives in faith toward God. Genesis is in the Old Testament and is one of the books of Moses, also called the books of the law or the Pentateuch. We're going to be exploring every book of the Bible like this, so let's now break down what's in Genesis. Genesis has two main parts. The first 11 chapters are about what the world was like before God chose the Israelites, a quick overview of how the world was made and how we got to Abraham. The next 40 or so are about Abraham's family and the faith that they nurtured over generations. But let's dig deeper. Genesis opens in the first two chapters by explaining the creation of the universe. The third chapter talks about the first sin and the first promise that Jesus would come to save us. Chapters 6 through 11 talk about Noah and how God helped him escape the great flood. In chapter 12, God calls Abram and he begins his journey in faith. Chapter 22 shows us where Abraham was willing to sacrifice his son, Isaac, for God's sake, but he didn't actually have to. Chapter 41 shows us the story of Joseph and his ascent to power in Egypt. In chapter 46, the rest of Joseph's family moved with him in Egypt. Now, some of those stories might not seem important to you, or maybe you've just never heard of them, but they are still some very important things that happen in Genesis. All of them show us how people lived according to their faith in God, and that is something very, very important.